Namaste. Namaste, beloved angels. Let it be love now. Let it be highest love now. You know, speaking only about teaching how to get free, sometimes we have to speak something very high. Anyway, you have Divine Sexuality, also ending of the Vedas. Krishna story is all the Vedas, you know, Vedas are too much books. You cannot read in 10 lives. But it ends with divine sexuality. And it is said, don't read this if you have lust of this world, because you will translate it as sexuality of this world and make offense. But this is very high knowledge. I never made a video about it. I wrote 4 articles, I think. Yes. But now I feel a little bit speaking, because it's from the pure perspective, free of lust, free of sex of this world, which is actually pain, suffering, but greatest pleasure of the soul. So, anyway, if we are Pleiadians, I mean, not here, for them is normal. Here in this world, reality is inverted. So, what can be highest in inverted reality of the matrix can cause pain, greatest pain, suffering, and drama. In this world, you know, sex can be evil, and it is used for evil on so many levels. From all kinds of perversions that destroy lives of children, of women, really criminal, to lust, that people go crazy because they have to have sex. And more they have sex, more they are insane. And more they are running after. It's like running after, you drinking water, you drinking fire. More you drink, more you want to drink. And you are not satisfied. The thirst does not go away. Actually increases in this world. Lust. All the dramas, all the manipulations with children, with pregnancies, with sex, games that people play. Some angels also still. But we will learn. All the suffering, all the pain, all the cryings, all the humiliations, like the porn industry, prostitution, all the evil upon the soul, that cancer on creation, cancer on love. So yes, indeed, these topics are for the state of consciousness that is free. Not free, but free enough to get free and to understand and to deep and to feel. Because as we are conditioned in the matrix, our consciousness is in lower chakras, survival, I mean in sexual chakra and in down, ground chakra. And our consciousness is there, so the lust is driving us to survive. Even lust, you see, this is survival mode planet, was. On our level, not. But for them still is. So even lust is designed such way that it's survival. It makes sure that species survive. So there's this uncontrollable lust that is a factor to guarantee the expansion of the species in third dimension. There's no control. The men are controlled by their dicks, and women also by not their dicks, maybe also, but their organs, and manipulations, games, tool to manipulate others. Comes also so far that children are brought into the game for the gain and for all kind of selfish motives. So, yes, it indeed, as in the end of the Vedas, it said, do not read this if you have these characteristics. So those who don't want to get free of these things, what I just said, should just shut down this video, please. Those who believe that lust should be there and all these games, sexual and all these things that create attachments, create suffering, lust. If we think we have to keep lust, then this video is not for us, and these topics are not for us. And we cannot understand even the possibility, we have some vision of divine sexuality, is also not for us, because we will understand something of this world. But anyway, I try to explain the difference. I feel I'm ready to really speak about it, because it's beautiful. So, as I was now saying, all these things that pervert sexuality in this world as suffering and something really not nice, something that causes pain, stains souls, this is of this world. And I explain one bit to give the taste of that darkness, of that actually people are controlled by their sexuality because the mind is not controlled. And then also consciousness is down under. And naturally, sexuality is not controlled. It controls people to insanity, to insane perversions, dramas, everything. So the spiritual process, ascension, or however you call it, enlightenment, is to get free of. Because lust is actually one factor that keeps us in the matrix. We have to. We see a woman, we go crazy. And then also we lose control. We go against free will person and such things. We lose sanity, clarity. Because it controls us. You understand? That's why I didn't have a dip for years. We have to get free. But anyway, not everyone is me. I'm extreme spiritual martial artist. I just wanted to get free, and whatever it takes. That doesn't mean. I will explain the difference. Just, you see, when you're under control, this is, you know, you are not you. And this is actually worse addiction than any drug. to have so developed lust that you lose sanity. Divine sexuality is, and you see, this sexuality of this world, men objectionize women. They want to have sex, so they have to have sex. And they will do anything to get that sex. Pretend, be nice, buy something, pay this, pay that. And even women, they also, if they want manipulations from both sides. It's not sincere. It's coming from illusion. But divine sexuality is free of these things. Can you imagine? Like I said last, you have to. And then they do anything. And there are levels what they do. They can go too far. And soul get violated at these things. When you violate free will. Because sexuality is actually it's intimate, most intimate. It's something more intimate than if we dance, shake hands, or whatever we do. You know that. So they have to. And then when they have to, they will do whatever. Because there is addiction, like you need a heroin. You know. And then the boundaries get broken and violations come. Maybe subtle through manipulation of free will. I have a headache, no you don't. Come on, me, or even the criminal. Very bad abuses. Lust. But that's why Tantra and tantric practices of other names is actually a process to honor sexuality but to get free of lust. So the lust resides, your mind is there in your dick, in your pussy. That's why it controls you, if it's there. And Kundalini awakening and anyway, whatever you do spiritually, the result after, when you gain maturity, when you're really logging out of the matrix, is to be, the dragon is to get slayed, because the consciousness rises from sacral. It comes, you know, up through chakras, up. In the heart, that's most important. And then this is done. When you raise your lust to divine love, but then it goes up here. And you are done. Under control from the heart. Here it centers and it rises up again. So, as their energy is down in the base chakra and in the sexual chakra, this is where they're coming from. This is what controls them. Survival mode. Need, lust. As you rise with spiritual process, spiritual growth, letting go of illusions, receiving, upgrading the divine human being, your energy rises, Kundalini rises, and sexual drive rises in heart, in passion of creation. Then up to the source, the I, and controlled art, love. There's no more need. It slowly goes down, and there comes a moment when there's no more pressure, no more being agitated, No more you have to control. Anyway, I don't believe in you have to control. I don't believe in this thing. I believe in natural development of everything. How long you can go without going insane, or you feel that pressure. That's also how tantric masters advise. Then you let go, release, naturally. And naturally with the will and with determination, with listening to the body, naturally, with your spiritual growth, this lust is to come down. Your sexual energy is to rise. And beautiful. And passion of creation, art. Your sexuality is under control. Like your art is under control, like this video is under control. I decided now, I make this video out of love, divine love, passion of creation. Not out of lust, when I was outside meditating and in forest and looking at garden. Not that then I will be all crazy, now I have to go this video or I will go mad. No. Same is with divine sexuality. The master can go without, naturally. And tantric master anyway, if he's a master, he is not to lose semen in divine sexual act, or just please a woman, worship a woman. With passion, like art, adoring, giving pleasure, taking care that woman that she is in pleasure, that she loves it. And tantric master does not lose semen, only when he conceives a child. Under control. There's no need. There's decision out of will of two persons to make love, to share the divine union, opposites, to share the dance of creation, not out of need, not out of lust, but out of actually something very divine and mostly spiritually enlightened. For in order to shut down the lust, the opposites have to unite in your heart first. There, the divine sex has to happen, divine union. Divine masculine and divine feminine, uniting, making love. That's why it is said in tantric scriptures, Radha and Krishna making love in your heart. Rasa Lila, passion of creation. And at that point, you don't need. You are united within. You are in orgasm, always. You go in Mother Nature outside. You are in orgasm, divine orgasm. And at that point, and this is a very much enlightened point, at that point, two angels can unite as in Garden of Eden, free of lust, free of need, free of manipulations, free of all these things that made sexuality ugly in this perverted world. Beautiful, innocent, pure, enlightened, one with their higher self. And it is not sex. It's not making love. It's not just art of passion of creation. It's actually source, experience of creation, source falling in love, creation, explosion. It's actually, I will not say most, because I don't believe that something is most, but one of the most, if not most, highest experience of divine love. Two completely enlightened, ascended angels, divine beings, free of lust, free of karma, free of everything, pure and innocent as children, passionate like lions, uniting in their highest self-consciousness, as above, so below. Same multidimensionally experiencing the union of source, I am, and love that sparked all the creation to dance. Nothing of this world. You cannot imitate this. We cannot say we will have divine sex, divine sexuality. We are not on that level. It's not external act. It's really act of divine love coming from enlightened masters, two beings that lifted their lust to the heart, transformed it into divine love, or even higher. But here is done. This is not something to imitate, something to read, listen, and then just say, I got it. This comes with true desire of the heart, with letting go. I know, I am passionate, I'm fire. And like Krishna, I have no limitations. I love divine sexuality. I love women. I love goddesses. I love how God carved his greatest creation. I enjoy like Krishna enjoys, but I did not have sexual intercourse for 6-7 years. And if you read Ramakrishna and all this, I'm saying he was undressing the strippers just to feel that lust, but to control, and just to that extreme practice. I can also go watch something, but nothing dirty, something divine, tantric, just to accumulate the energy and to. That's tantric master does not lose the sexual energy, but raises it, controls it. This is like, these practices are like military, because you're doing what arouses, but controlling. Anyway, I've been doing extreme martial art. I've been in India long and everything. I've been with tantrics. I actually also then with bowls, which I consider most close because they revealed most reality of Tantra, of love, of unity of everyone, and there I kind of find myself, because all the pieces that I was researching before, like Tantra and Radha Krishna and the divine love, Rumi, Sufism, Buddhism, everything, where I went deep, also Christianity here before, and also these Western things, I went everywhere deep, but there I really found some first glimpses of everything, of those things together. So yes, this what I try to say, that it's all about control to get it. But not control to go crazy, but some control to train. I don't recommend the tantric practices this extreme, what I just mentioned, to anyone, because this is for extreme cases. But this is what gives you, if you can, like what you have, if you read a tantric book or book of a tantric guru, you have for men one very extreme exercise, masturbation to the edge, and then drop it and go to sleep. This actually is like going to the military. But you get, because anyway, we know this. As we lose the semen, men, we also lose our power. We lose our concentration. We lose our focus. That's why they get all pussy. You know, today, because they are losing semen every day. But tantric practices, tantra, people here, when they are not educated, they think tantra is some enjoyment. No, you boys. Oh, it's actually to put your dragon under control. You know. So yes. Anyway, we know this. As man keeps in his semen, his power grows. His focus grows. Train it. There's no more leaking. No more leaking, but it's accumulating. And through tantric practices, is even rising more, accumulating more. Anyway, I had no life. After high school, I went to India. So I went through a lot. But it's worth it. To get free. And because, as I learned before, tantric masters, I saw they really have respect to women. They really adore women, and women love them. And this comes also to Krishna. Like, all the Krishna's girlfriends were married, even Radharani, his twin flame, and unhappy with their husbands, controlling, manipulated, lusty. And they all were in love in Krishna, but they were happy just with him. These moments when they were all together with him, these were their happy moments. Because he did not want anything from them. He did not manipulate them. He did not need anything for them. He did not lust for them. He really loved them. And he played the flute for them. And yes, they danced and everything. Really, Krishna's story is, that's why he said don't read, because if the world is in us, in Krishna's story, everything is broken. All the rules of society and everything are broken with pure love. And there are these examples. They are unhappy in marriage, but with him they together are happy. And he's just one, and they are many. And I saw this with tantric masters. They don't want nothing. Real tantric master, not this fake who are doing tantra to have sex. But real true tantric master of the heart. Because they empower women, they really respect women, they glorify women, their wife is happiest person in the world, because they are not lusting after women, they don't need nothing from women, they don't objectifize women. Krishna also did not do this to them. Don't manipulate women. But it's like Krishna, who says that he lives for pleasure of Radha. Also, the pleasure of a tantric master is to see the pleasure of women, or the spiritual pleasure empowered by spiritual lecture, or pleasure doing divine sexuality. And I feel also like this. Anyway, I'm celibate for long, but I've been with tantrics also, and I consider myself big part. I don't consider myself nothing. Just like Bruce Lee, I don't believe in styles. I believe in the fusion of all styles in a rainbow and in expansion with no end. But yes, Tantra is a big part of my spiritual journey, with bows on the end and also before I met tantrics, and I was immediately amazed to see happy women and to see men who really respect women. And I try to go in that footsteps to empower and make divine feminine happy, to rise her. And this lecture was just that, to break all the codes, old codes, and to present the sexuality free of lust, consciousness risen from the base and sex chakra to the heart. Dragon no more controlling you, O man, when you controlling the dragon and being tuned and cinched with your goddess, not going after her desires, not needing anything from her lusting. But just as you choose to go to dance, choose to cinema, so you choose to make love. Just act of love, with no need, with no lust, but to experience the enlightened union of opposites as above, so below. To make God and Goddess happy through your bodies. And that's why the pleasure, as two enlightened angels, free of this world, innocent and pure in the heart, unite. The passion of creation, like I said, source, love, experiencing that union that sparked everything. As above, so below. Garden of Eden. And that's why we have to get free. We have to get free to experience Garden of Eden consciousness, the twin flame union in this world, union of free angels who are united within, twin flame union, God and Goddess, in love in the heart. At that point, like I said, it ends. We are free. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I see. And one time, I posted something, Divine Sexuality, I posted so long, celibate, now time, for passion of creation. I posted a picture, and one man, I remember, he posted me some sex line, the link. Yeah, that's why I'm 7 years celibate, to go now in sex line. No, I was speaking for union with my goddess. Well, I felt ready because the lust was not felt. But the man, he given me sex line. Anyway, I that time went in temper of Moses, so he learned and deleted that shit. I don't want that low energy, so on something. So it's on something so divine. So if that's the example, we have to get free. In the sex line, hotline, you will call somebody for sex. I don't really feel you will get a goddess to have divine sexual union, passion of creation. I feel this is not the really source where these things can be experienced, but you can try. I'd better not. It's actually, like I said, two enlightened, ascended beings with pure love of God, one with God in the heart, in their highest self consciousness, as above so below, uniting in love, free of this world, free of lust, controlling the act, the dance, like I am controlling now this leader, in the heart and with my mind, to create something beautiful. Sex line is for those who have no control and they need to have sex now. But I don't feel there you can find such experience. I feel really from my ascended heart, I feel only through the one who is love as you are and has left this world and has no more lust. It's like lust. They have to, I did not have sex for 2 days. I have to, come on. And divine sexual union, act of creation. It's like we decide we will go now dancing outside. In the same way, lovers decide to make divine love, to unite in passion of creation. You're not the snake controlling you, but you controlling the snake. And for girls' sake, controlling your sexuality, and creating, dancing, when both of you want to dance, with no need, just experience of love, divine love. But there's a huge difference, huh? We have to choose to let go, do our best, but like I said, don't force us to let go. Anyway, it's not, that comes naturally. Don't worry about it. I never worried about it. When you have to release, release. Otherwise you can go crazy. But with spiritual growth and with desire in the heart to transform the lust into divine love, gradually, naturally, with growth, with expansion, with embodying, it is to happen. Just if you aim in that direction and naturally go with the flow, and gradually reorganize. And gradually, less and less, our sexuality controls us, and more we control our sexuality. Master is actually all about control, not being under control, control. So I try to be very gentle in this video because it's a very delicate topic, and I control it in such a way that I feel if there cannot be no misunderstanding. Beautifully from the heart, from the realization, spoken and explained deeply to get the feeling. Because in this world, sexuality is suffering, manipulation, even abuse, crime. It's actually the cage, it's actually that trap, that what drives us to insanity, what drives nations to insanity. Wars comes out of this, kingdoms are lost. Like, if you look Troya, if you remember, all about lust for men. Sita, Ramayana, Sita, Ravana, greatest demon, he was lusty, he abducted her and caused Ram to go to destroy Sri Lanka. The Samson, you see Samson, as he was lusty, he lost his hair and his power. Actually also, that was I was speaking before, the story of Samson. It's actually also about this. He lost his hair, yes, but if you are really mystic and you read it deeply, it's actually also the symbol symbolically represented. He lost his semen and lost his power. So, I bless us all. I know it can be done. Because I know. I've always been in control. I don't know. I've been always so much connected with my divine self that I knew, no, don't run after it, regardless what the snake wants. No, stay here. So I did not create any karma with girls last years, and I'm happy. And we all can do it if we choose so. And if we say no when lust screams, go. Meditation and such literature as this video was recommended. Meditation and desire to rise the sexuality to the heart, to control it, not to be controlled by lust, and to once again be free and innocent and make love and heart desires as art of creation and return to Garden of Eden as it was in the beginning, so in the end, angels making love, pure and innocent as God. Love of God, dance, divine, dance of divine union lovers. So yes, and all lovers get free of this world. So lovers can unite in Garden of Eden. Kingdom is within. As an infinite difference, opposite difference between sexuality in this world and Garden of Eden. Divine sexuality, divine sexual union. Sweet, it's free of everything that hurts. free of all calm, free of everything that pins people down in this world, sexually. Innocent, pure, attachment-free, lust-free, most important, lust-free, out of love, out of will, desire to create, to really share most intimate love. With the one heart chooses with love. No expectation, no bonds, no conditions. Divine love. As free of lust and everything of this world. It becomes heavenly. And that's what creates Garden of Eden. And that's why twin flames are here. And that's why they are suffering so much still, because they don't want to let go of lust and worldly love, attachments, bonds, needs. But this is another video. This one, let it stay so sweet. Let all be blessed to be angels again as Garden of Eden. We can make love as heaven and earth, as in Radha Krishna stories. But for that, sex of this world, lust of this world, and all the games of this world, sexual, great suffering, have to be forgotten and only purged out. For divine lovers are innocent as children. Namaste. Namaste.